Relax, old boy. Just the top 5 news coming in.
So many people say you're the smartest person in the world. Well, yes, I watch the top 5 news show.
A new way to do news, focusing on useful news, and no news that gives you the blues.
Did you know 7 major corporations own over half of the top newspapers?
No. What do you recommend?
I like the top 5 news.
How do I find it?
I just go to Joe Palaio's page at 5 p.m. Eastern.
This program contains AI versions of well-known famous individuals saying things they may or may not say in real life.
Without Googling it, I would probably go with the top 5 news.
Best news. I watch a little bit of everything, but I would say probably the top 5 news.
So tonight we're doing the top 5 stories. And folks, I have to tell you, there's never been anything like it.
These are just AI-generated individuals. Were they real individuals? You might be able to tell, but the AI is getting so good, you never know, right? So
We ain't talking about practice, man. We talking about the top 5 news stories.
It has to be true. I saw it on the news.
Tonight, I'll be sharing with you the news and then adding my ownership group's propaganda to it.
You know, we haven't done any good propaganda in a while. So remind me to do a good propaganda blast for the company that I happen to work for, Joseph Michaels International. Recruiters, over 1,400 jobs. Last time I checked on our website. Everything from, an accountant to CIO and everything in between. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming where we're giving you all the news that you can use. Let me ask you a question, seriously. Have you ever watched your local news and got news you could use? I mean, I know you're hip to what's going on down at Bob's Delicatessen and, what happened at the city council meeting and all that. But does any of that really help you in your career, get you into high gear? That's what I want to do for you. And I was just thinking about there was a time when I wanted to run for the city council, and we were living in a really small town in California, my wife and I, and you had to get 25 signatures to run for city council. And if you got that, that meant you were going to be the mayor too, because they took turns, a little small town. So I went and got my 25 signatures, and I was real proud, and came back, told my wife, and she said, "Well, how do you know I want to be Mrs. Mayor?" That was the end of my political career, but it was fun while it lasted. Well, let's get back to the program. I got a couple more commercials and then 5 stories that you're really going to need to hear. And also, I want to tell you that we do 5 stories every night. And so if you want to follow right now, you can do that. And that way you won't miss tomorrow's show or the next day. I will give you 5 updates in about 5 minutes every day here, right after these messages.
You know, CNN, I wish you could just be a little more like your brother. Top 5 news.
Boys!
News you can use.
He said that, but she told me something completely different.
That's not what he said. You're twisting his words. She's right. He said it. I heard him.
You can't handle the top 5 news!
Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask your AI what it can do for you.
Are you feeling kind of that momentum building right now? You should be really kind of getting pumped up for the 5. And, You should be getting actually really excited about the top 5 news because it's that time. Now, if you're on the East Coast, we just happen to kick it in at 5 o'clock Eastern, and so that means it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab yourself a drink. I like water. Have a seat. And I know that many of you, so many of you, watch the show when we're done on your own time. And I don't mind that you sneak in that 1.5 times speed to get it really down to 5 minutes, as long as you watch. But I wanted to take a minute and just say hello to you if you just tuned in, and it's midnight or whatever time it is. It doesn't have to be 5 for you to do the top 5. Okay? So anyway, welcome in. Whether you're here live, which is awesome. Thanks for coming in live, guys. And thanks for coming in after the party, guys. Sometimes the best things happen after the party, so I'm glad you're here too. Let's begin. We're tracking 5 stories so you don't miss out on what's going on around in your world around you, and you don't have to get in on any kind of news, all the news tips and no cow chips, should we say. There's also tonight no election news, no mail-in news, and no SAVE Act news. It's just a clean broadcast, nothing political, just pure, good, healthy, you can use news, and nothing that's going to give you the blues or make you confused. And, when you do 5 stories in 5 minutes that you can use, when your career is already in a high gear, that helps you get it into an even higher gear. But if you're just sitting in your cubicle box and you're just checking your stocks, waiting to say game over to the work game, or anywhere in between, I'd like to suggest a news show with a very practical name. And once you watch it, you will never be the same. Once you watch one show from the beginning to the end, not if you watch yesterday's show, because, hey, I had a bad day like everybody else, But I wanted to come on here, whether I'm having a good day or bad day, try and meet you here at 5 o'clock. And, let's have the good days and the bad days together. But this is what's going on in the world around you, the 5 stories that you need to know today, the ones that actually move the needle. Story number 1, Google drops 3 new Gemini models. Google just dropped these models, and the big takeaway is that they're focusing in on real world performance instead of chasing benchmarks. So they've got the Gemini 3.6 Flash, significantly better at coding than it used to be. They've got faster version and a cybersecurity focused model that you can actually find and fix vulnerabilities, which is really helpful right now. And especially if you happen to be talking about the SAVE Act or any kind of election integrity, you want to have that to be on your toes against cyber, hackers and whatnot. And what it shows is that the AI race is shifting from who has the biggest model to who can actually make it useful and make it more efficient and AI agentic. Google is clearly here to stay in the competition, and everybody else will push a little harder in AI agents. And this is a part of the big move toward that day that AI actually works. No, I'm just kidding. My AI works amazing, and I'm doing some different ones. I was going to give you one today. I'll be releasing a movie, so keep an eye out for that. Not a 2-hour movie, but about a 3-minute movie. I'm doing a series of them about 3 minutes at a time based on the work from my book, which is Work Your Network, which is kind of my biographical life story with the networking lessons built in for today's professional and executive. And I think you really like some of the messages, but I've just been blown away. The AI is so smart, and I'm doing a different AI with each segment that I do, and it captures the essence of the book, but it doesn't do it word for word, and it ad libs. I mean, it takes very interesting artist license with my work, and I'm cool with it because I like the way it comes out. And I'm making some very minor edits, but I'm mostly just giving you what the AI has given me. It's just really fascinating. Are you tinkering around with your AI yet? I hope that you are. Anyway, so these applications that Google are putting out are just looking very impressive in the demos. And have a look out for the brand new Google AI. Story 2: Trump hits Canada with 50% tariffs. 50% tariff on Canada goods. It's not just about cars and cheese. It's a signal that trade tensions are escalating. And I think, candidly, that Trump's just tired of that guy talking trash. I mean, there's only so much you can take when people keep saying bad things about you. And, I mean, who can blame him? If you were president and one of the countries just kept talking bad stuff about you over and over and over again, I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm weird like that, though. It's just like, uh, fight fire with fire. I know we all got to forgive and all that good stuff, but I mean, when you're in a negotiation, you want to win, right? I remember Peter Lefkowitz, who's a famous recruiting industry trainer, and he was talking about negotiating with receptionists back in the old days. You had to call people and get the executive on the phone. And not everybody had cell phones. They had to work their way through that. He says, "Well, try not to get in a fight, but if you get in a fight, make sure you win." Anyway, he's put a 50%, and he's also probably tired of them kind of playing games. Some of the countries play games. Oh yeah, we're going to lower our trade reciprocals on you, because when this all started out, you are aware that some of the countries you had to pay like 100% tariff to get an American automobile, right? So anyway, we're renegotiating some of those deals for our country. Canada's saying that it's looking at all its options. Its side of the discussion is that it's a warning shot not only to it but to other countries. But in the bigger picture, we're looking at a deeper era of national economic nationalism, for better or for worse, America first. And these aggressive tariffs can have the effect of bringing countries to the table. And they can also have the other side of the coin. They have the effect of rising prices on supply chains and groceries and whatnot. But the U.S. Uses the trade or the negotiations, and if they're not coming to the table, then you got to do drastic measures. So I think this is just temporary. But 50% tariff, Canada, not a good day. Story 3: Tesla launches Robotaxi in Orlando and Tampa. Tesla officially turned on unsupervised Robotaxis driving in Orlando and Tampa today. Get you a ride. They're going to start. They started in Austin and Miami and Florida. Now has multiple cities running, and the rollout is still limited to certain zones. But another step forward in the autonomous taxi riding and hailing and testing of these in these different cities. Big picture is self-driving technology is slowly moving through the economy, and someday is happening now. So Florida will be a good test site for them. Tesla's camera-only system will, it will kind of beta test how it performs there, and that will influence how fast it can roll out in other cities. We'll be able to open up to the robo-taxis becoming a part of everyday life. Story number 4, Spain wins the World Cup. We kind of did that story yesterday. And that's cool because some of you watching are Spanish, like myself. And also Spain has the men's and the women's champion. So that's kind of neat. They beat Argentina 1-0 in a very dramatic game with exciting goal at the end. Catch the highlight and see if you can appreciate the header assist at the end. Amazing. Yeah, that was fun. And also it was the most watched sporting event of all time, apparently, if I read the article right. Definitely most watched World Cup, and I think, fact check me, but I think it's the most watched sporting event of all time. So let's see. The the fellow Erling Haaland, the soccer player. This guy is so viral right now. He's just the most interesting looking dude. He's kind of long and lanky. He's got this funny walk. He's a goal machine. Year for year, he's got more goals than who's the Cristiano Ronaldo? Christian Ronaldo. This guy, Erling Haaland, he's really viral right now. We did a few pieces on him on the Top 5 News page, and 50,000 views in like one day. I mean, I'm exaggerating, a couple days. Over 50,000 literal views. That's like a stadium. Imagine a football stadium. All those people saw the little bit that we did on him. And it's got all kinds of funny videos and pictures you'll want to see there, including, I think it's his sister that does this perfect imitation of his walk. Enjoy that. And what we do now on sports, I was driving home and I was listening to the baseball game, and I was just like, this is kind of dry, all respect, MLB. I love all sports, but it can take a little getting used to, but, we'll get into it, and then it'll be more exciting in the playoffs, of course. And, you got to enjoy that kind of like baseball pace too, though, get out and enjoy the fresh air. But so people were also talking about the halftime show was really good, much better than some of the recent shows. Story 5, Anthropic $1.5 billion copyright settlement gets approved. A judge just gave final approval to the largest settlement of copyright with authors for Anthropic. It's the largest copyright payout in history. The company was accused of using hundreds of books to train Claude. Claude is the AI. Most of you know that are watching this. But so now they have to pay those authors around $3,000 per book each, and they also have to destroy millions of pirated copies. And it's the first major financial consequence for how AI companies have been training their models on information like this. Sends a copyright message to the industry to be aware of what you're taking in. But I think the toothpaste out of the tube, the AIs have already trained up, right? Maybe we may see other cases of this where creators push back to get their earnings out of their book or their music or their video or their grok, imagine, whatever they did, their AI creation. Are you creating with AI yet? I know I'm a broken record, but you can't believe how incredible this is. Try it. That's what's going on in your world today. That's the top 5 news. News you can use. The AI space is getting more serious. The trade wars are heating up. The autonomous taxis are hitting the street in multiple cities. Things are moving fast. Appreciate you watching. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and that's about it for tonight. Remember that the good book says, let us not grow weary in doing right, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.